Are you stuck in a toxic relationship with a narcissist and their flying monkeys? Do you feel drained, depleted of energy, and deeply hurt by their subtle manipulations? Do you yearn to break free from that grip and live a life of freedom, peace, and happiness? If the answer is yes, then this video is for you. Today, we will lift the veil on this mystery, delving into the deepest fears of narcissists and their flying monkeys. I will reveal 10 things they desperately try to hide, 10 things with the power to awaken the monster of fear within their dark souls. Stay with me until the end, because number 10 is their ultimate fear, the worst nightmare they never want to face. Join me on this journey into the dramatic world of psychology to understand your adversary better, so you can find the strength, confidence, and strategies to fight back and reclaim the life that is truly yours. You're probably curious about the term flying monkeys, aren't you? Let me explain. This term originates from The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum and became widely known through the film adaptation. In the story, the flying monkeys are the loyal servants of the Wicked Witch, obeying her orders without question. Yet flying monkeys, a name that might seem confined to fairy tales, now haunt real life, sneaking into relationships and sowing fear and harm. In psychology, this term refers to people manipulated and controlled by narcissists to attack others. These flying monkeys can be the victim's family, friends, or colleagues. Narcissists persuade them through strategies like rumors, promises, or threats, leading them to engage in actions such as stalking, plundering, spreading misinformation, and helping the narcissist isolate the victim. The narcissist, with an ego swollen to grotesque proportions, craves admiration, adulation, and to be seen as the center of the universe. They lack empathy to a frightening degree, unable to understand or share in others' feelings, and indifferent to the harm they cause. In their eyes, others are mere pawns, tools to serve their selfish aims. The flying monkeys are sacrificial pawns, willing to do the dirtiest, most ruthless deeds for the narcissist's approval and favor. The desire for validation and approval blinds them, pushing them to do whatever it takes. From sweet talk to threats and insults, narcissists manipulate and control their flying monkeys, turning them into weapons against anyone who dares to oppose them. Vengeful, petty, and selfish, narcissists never forget those who threaten their fragile ego, and flying monkeys are the perfect tools for revenge, a way to vent rage and destroy the lives of those they despise. In this twisted theater of manipulation, enablers are the supporting cast, soulless puppets who deepen the darkness. But what makes them fall so easily into such a despicable role? Could there be secret motives or hidden desires behind this blind obedience? The enablers crave power but lack the courage to seize it themselves. They find in the narcissist a stronghold, a source of strength to latch onto, a way to satisfy their own thirst for control. They sacrifice self-respect and integrity to stand with the powerful and taste a bit of false authority. They accept domination, allowing the narcissist to dictate what's right and wrong. Their conscience and reason wear away, replaced by blind submission and a cruel pleasure in watching the narcissist trample others. Enables fear failure and dread facing challenges. They choose to hide in the narcissist's shadow, content in a supportive role, sheltered from responsibility. They lack independent thinking, judgment, and analysis, silencing the voice of reason while the narcissist's lies and twisted narratives poison their minds. They ignore warning signs, turn a blind eye to wrongdoings and injustices. Enablers constantly justify and cover up the narcissist's cruelty. They fear punishment, fear being cast out from the power circle. They suppress emotions, hide dissatisfaction, and dare not speak up. Some even act as the narcissist's eyes and ears, spying, scrutinizing, and betraying friends or colleagues. They seek safety and favor by dragging others down and helping plot against them. Enablers are weak souls, lost in this game of power. They are vital cogs in the narcissist machinery of manipulation, spreading pain and injustice. Imagine a family with one powerful controlling member who constantly punishes those who don't align with them. Other family members may be forced into compliance. Or consider scenarios in politics, sports, churches, or social organizations, any gathering where narcissists seek the top spot, surrounding themselves with followers who nod along without ever challenging them. At times, flying monkeys can go as far as threatening you, much like henchmen in mafia films. They'll do anything, even threaten, attack, or take legal action to protect the mastermind and take you down. They might collude, forming a tight network to surround and isolate you. They try to sabotage your relationships, leaving you unsupported, alone, and vulnerable. In these cases, you may need to turn to legal means for protection, even if the perpetrators are family or friends. The irony is that once they're no longer useful, the narcissist might discard the flying monkeys like old toys. These once loyal followers, blinded by obedience, suddenly become obstacles, ruthlessly pushed aside. Only then do the flying monkeys awaken to the harsh truth, regretting their wrongdoings. But is their belated remorse enough to heal the wounds they inflicted? Forgiveness is entirely up to you. Behind their glamorous facade and flowery words, hidden beneath the deceptive actions, lie dark fears the narcissist and their flying monkeys work tirelessly to conceal. Join me as we lift the veil of secrets, shining a light into the darkest corners of their souls. Number 1. Fear of exposure. Narcissists and their enablers live in constant fear of being exposed. The truth about their nature and behavior is something they strive to keep hidden, because, if the public knew, the perfect image they've painstakingly constructed would crumble. For you, exposing them can happen in many ways. Perhaps speaking up about what you've endured at a family gathering, or sharing your story on a personal blog in an article, or on social media like Facebook or Twitter. Narcissists and their flying monkeys feel intense anxiety at the thought of public scrutiny and judgment. Public shame and gossip are things they cannot control, and this loss of control strips them of the power they once held. Friends, family, neighbors, colleagues, and even the community will look at them differently once they learn the truth, the abuse, the manipulation, and the way they have exploited others. What they fear most is the prospect of legal consequences and the accountability they may face for the actions they worked so hard to cover up. Each word, each action of yours becomes a piece of a larger puzzle, a picture that, once complete, can reveal their truth to the world. This is why your courage to stand up and expose the truth is what they fear more than anything else. Number 2. Fear of losing control. When their usual tactics of manipulation and control no longer work, the narcissist and their flying monkeys begin to feel insecure and fearful. They have spent much of their lives controlling others through manipulation, criticism, and devaluation. So when you stand strong, resist, and refuse to stay silent, it's a crushing blow to their self-assurance. For the narcissist, this disarray isn't just about losing someone easy to manipulate, it's also a loss of the power they see as an essential part of their identity. They aren't accustomed to facing powerlessness or a loss of control, and this undermines the confidence they built on the foundation of manipulation. Enablers, often drawn into the narcissist's web of control, also experience similar panic. Your resilience doesn't just break the chain of manipulation, but challenges the entire covert system the narcissist has painstakingly created. This makes both the narcissist and their followers feel uneasy, afraid of confronting the reality they've deliberately avoided, that you are no longer a pawn in their game. Number 3. Fear of being ignored and silent withdrawal. Your silence, your distance, is a terrifying nightmare for the narcissist and their flying monkeys. Silence strips away the negative energy they need to survive, to feed their hunger for power and control. They dread the day you walk away without a word, cut off all contact, and disappear from their lives. When this happens, they lose a target for their manipulation, someone to torment, someone onto whom they could project the toxicity of their own souls. They are horrified when you become a stranger, cold and detached, no longer supplying their narcissistic needs. They have no one left to trample on, exploit, or validate their twisted ego. A sense of despair engulfs them when you remove them from your life, as though cutting out a malignant tumor. They lose control, lose influence, and feel adrift and meaningless in the flow of life. They're terrified to see you build a new, beautiful life filled with happiness, one in which they have no place. They dread witnessing your strength, success, and peace, as it symbolizes their ultimate failure. They fear watching you heal, seeing old wounds close, and witnessing you overcome past traumas, including the pain they caused. Your silence is a death knell to toxic people. It is the loudest proclamation of freedom, inner strength, and the ability to rise above adversity to find true happiness. Number 4. Afraid to face the truth? Beneath the arrogant and boastful exterior lies a deep-seated fear, a shadow that haunts the narcissist and their followers. They fear themselves. They fear the cruel inner demons lurking in the darkness of their souls. They are painfully aware of their capacity to hurt and destroy, their malicious acts, their dark schemes. These are ugly scars imprinted on their minds, reminders of their own dark nature. Some have crossed legal boundaries, forcing the involvement of law enforcement. Their, false accusations, slander, and violent actions are all evidence of the warped nature of their soul. They fear the collapse of their mental stability, dreading uncontrollable outbursts that could drive them to the edge of insanity. The specter of mental institutions looms as a reminder of their mind's fragility and vulnerability. They are caught in a spiral of negativity, torn by inner conflicts and the torment of their conscience. They long for release, for a return to a more compassionate self, yet they are bound by selfish desires, hatred, and envy. This fear of self is a haunting specter, relentlessly shadowing and tormenting them day by day, robbing them of peace and happiness. They live in deceit, constantly hiding their true selves, terrified of exposure and judgment. This is the price they pay for choosing the dark path of selfishness and cruelty. They remain prisoners of their own souls, unable to escape the shadows within. Number 5. They fear healthy boundaries. Narcissists and their enablers are always threatened by healthy boundaries, something they lack and never wish to respect in others. To them, boundaries feel like rejection, a barrier preventing them from achieving the total control they crave. They constantly try to push past limits, encroaching bit by bit, hoping to wear down your confidence and self-esteem. Maintaining clear and firm boundaries sends an uncompromising message. You do not accept violations, nor do you permit any lack of respect in your life. Every time you stand firm within your boundaries, you shake the confidence and power that narcissists believe they hold. For them, It's not just a failure to manipulate you, it's proof that they cannot reach you as they wish. Holding your boundaries is not just self-protection, it's an act of self-assertion, affirming that you deserve respect. Number 6, they fear your strength. Your fulfilled happiness and radiant success are piercing arrows to the dark heart of a narcissist. They want to see you broken, suffering, and dependent, forever seeking their approval. But instead, you've risen stronger than ever. You walk confidently on your own, with pride, needing no one's permission or approval. You find happiness from within, from meaningful and simple things, and from the love of those who genuinely care for you. Your success and each steady step on your chosen path is a powerful declaration you never needed them, and you are more than capable of thriving by your own strength. They'll have to watch as you flourish while they remain trapped in emptiness and loneliness. It is the most fitting punishment for their selfishness and cruelty. Let your success and happiness become the guiding light that leads you to new, brighter horizons. Don't look back, and don't let the past hold you. Live fully in the present and look forward with hope and faith. Number 7, they fear your support system. Narcissists are like parasites, clinging to their victims, draining their energy and spirit. To do this, they need to isolate their target, severing all connections with the outside world, making the victim entirely dependent, weak, and easily manipulated. They use lies as sharp blades to cut into relationships, driving wedge between family and friends. Toxic rumors and fabricated stories are subtly planted into the minds of those around, fostering doubt and alienation for the victim. But there's one thing narcissists fear most: when their victim finds support and protection from people wise and clear-sighted enough to see through their facade. The truth, like sunlight, disperses the shadows of deceit and exposes their dark schemes. When the victim gains support, they are no longer alone, no longer easy to control and manipulate. They find strength and confidence to stand up against the abuser, to protect themselves and their loved ones. And this is what narcissists cannot accept. Their power wavers, and their control is threatened. They fear the truth and the strength that love and unity bring. Number 8, they fear accountability. Narcissists constantly seek to evade accountability, from blaming others to crafting excuses and blatant lies to uphold a perfect image. For them, facing personal responsibility is unacceptable, as it threatens the flawless facade they've carefully constructed. They wish to maintain the illusion of innocence and perfection, so any confrontation with accountability fills them with unease and fear. When you begin to demand accountability, refusing to let them evade or deflect, you force them to face the consequences of their actions. This is when narcissists feel trapped, as they have no choice but to confront the reality that their fake perfection is being exposed. This not only panics them, but also places them in a vulnerable position with those around them, the very people they aim to influence and manipulate. It's not just the narcissists. Their enablers also feel unsettled when you start to demand truth and responsibility. Often, they've been pulled into the narcissist's web of lies and justifications to the point that they accept it as reality. But when you firmly demand transparency and justice, the cracks in the narcissist's glamorous facade begin to show, causing even the enablers to feel doubtful and confused. The prospect of the truth coming to light can upend the image that the narcissist has worked so hard to maintain. In that moment, truth becomes a force, and accountability becomes a weapon that makes the narcissist face what they've evaded all their lives. By consistently demanding accountability, You not only protect yourself, but also help others see the narcissist's true nature. Number 9. They fear you disappearing from their lives. Narcissists live in fear that you'll forgive them, but not allow them back into your life. They thrive in chaos and enjoy watching you trapped in an emotional whirlwind, constantly seeking their approval and explanations for their behavior. When you forgive, they hope it means you'll invite them back, allowing them to resume their manipulative ways. But what terrifies them is the prospect of you forgiving them while choosing not to maintain a relationship, choosing forgiveness as a personal release, a path to peace without their presence. Forgiveness without reconciliation is a powerful declaration that you have let go of the emotional burden, but will not give them another chance to harm you. This strips them of their power, as they can no longer exploit guilt or past wounds to control and bind you. For a narcissist, this is a significant loss. They realize there's no longer a way to penetrate your mind or stir the emotions that once fueled them. You've truly closed the door on the past, leaving them outside, unable to return to inflict harm. This closure not only liberates you, but also creates an unbreakable resolve they cannot shatter, and that frightens them more than anything. Number 10. They fear your success. Narcissists and their enablers fear your success because it is living proof that you can overcome challenges on your own without them. Your success challenges all the manipulation, belittling, and control they once used to hold you back. They worry that as you shine, your independence and inner strength will make those around you see their true nature. Weak individuals who rely on pulling others down to lift themselves up. To a narcissist, your success is not only an affirmation of your worth, but also a declaration that the wounds they caused no longer hold power over you. Your success also terrifies them because it threatens to break the cycle of control they work so hard to impose. Even the nobillas, those who once followed the narcissist's words easily, begin to question when they see you rise. They realize that you can build a new, free, and happy life without relying on any of them. This makes the narcissists lose support, leaving them isolated and trapped within their own web of manipulation. Therefore, your success is not only a personal triumph, but also a form of liberation, a symbol that you have transcended their manipulation and abuse. This makes narcissists and their followers fearful because they know they no longer hold any power over you. I hope these insights have helped you understand the hidden fears within the mind of a narcissist and their flying monkeys. Remember, you have the power to break the chains of manipulation, reclaim control over your life, and find true happiness. Don't let fear hold you back. Be courageous in facing toxic people, exposing their true faces, and protecting yourself from harm. Live a life of autonomy and peace, proving to them that you're far stronger than they ever imagined. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. There are always people who love and support you, ready to stand by you through every challenge. Trust in yourself, in the strength of righteousness, and walk confidently on your own path.